Hello and welcome to lesson 54 of the workbook. So good to see you again. If we haven't met yet, my name is Linda. I'm an energy expert. I teach people how to change and have more energy in their lives. And this year I'm a student as well of the workbook of book, A Course in Miracles. So this is my first time that I go through the workbook and through the book even myself. And I share my reflections and my experience with each lesson every day. And today we are talking about lesson 54. This is our fourth reflection lesson, review lesson. And we are looking at lesson 16 to 20. And the theme of these are our thoughts. It's a lot about our thoughts. It starts off with the lessons I have no neutral thoughts, right? Which means that every thought that I have has an impact. There are actually no neutral thoughts. Every thought that we think creates a reality, and either this is a false reality or this is a real reality. So there are no thoughts that don't have an impact, which is really important. And because of that follows the second lesson, which is I see no neutral things. And that one was probably the most impactful for me in this lesson. And it says, if I did not think, I would not exist, because life is thought. This is always such a good reminder to have, that the universe is mental, which means something else that you might think currently. It means that everything is built and is created through our mental capabilities, through our thoughts. And this sentence just reminded me of this again, that we have to start by changing our thoughts. We can change our behaviors, we can change our actions, we can change our emotions, or we can process our emotions, we can let go of our emotions. But really, when it comes down to it, always starts with our thoughts. And if we do not change them, then everything gets always be taken over again. The emotions will come back, the same actions or behaviors will come back if we don't go back to our software, to our programming. And our programming are our thoughts, and thoughts turn into beliefs, and they turn into attitudes. But we have to go back to our thoughts. We have to find those thoughts that make us see false world that we currently see and that we don't want to experience anymore, right? Otherwise we wouldn't go through the workbook, or the book wouldn't have called to us if there wouldn't be a huge desire in us to change something about what we see and what we experience. And it all starts with our thoughts. So important, and it was a splendid reminder for me to go back and do some proper work on my thoughts. And then the next two lessons are focusing more on that we don't have private thoughts, that there is actually one mind that we share. I do remember going through those lessons and this being quite a sticky point from my past, that I would always have a little bit more of a trouble to grasp that we have one mind. I always kind of accepted that we are one, that we are coming from one source, that we are all made of the same energy, that we are one. Not that I many times experienced this already, but I had glimpses in my meditations, and I can fully understand the idea and fully accept it. But I always had more trouble with the one mind, or didn't even really think about it like that. I always thought we just have our own mind in this life, in this reality, in this 3D reality. We just have this one mind, and just if we go and leave this plane of existence, then we will have, the oneness again, or feel more of it. So knowing that there is one mind, I know private thoughts as well already in this 3D reality, in this life that we are currently experiencing, was a little bit something new for me. And I'm glad that, this was shared to me. I really had this big question in my mind of how does that work? And it was really answered through those lessons 18 and 19, which was fantastic. And again, a good reminder to reflect on this and what it means. Then in lesson 19, it says, I am alone in nothing. Everything I think or say or do teaches all the universe. What an impact we have with our mind, with our thoughts, right? We have to be clear about that, how crucial and important each one of us is for the representation of the world, and actually the world that we all see. A son of God cannot think or speak or act in vain. He cannot be alone in anything. It is therefore in my power to change every mind along with mine, for mine is the power of God. That was quite impactful as well, to remind myself that I am not alone in my thinking. I am influencing everyone and everything around me with my thoughts. Just another proof of how important our thoughts are. So those were my reflections from lesson 54. Let me know in the comments which were yours. What did you think about lesson 16 to 20? Which one was your favorite, or which one was your not favorite? Which one maybe triggered you hugely today? I would love to hear from you. And I will see you again for lesson 55 tomorrow. Until then, love you and bye bye.